Let me go and break that. We'll come back here. All right, Tri-City Sports Now. I'm Marky Bilson, and we are joined on the line now by Steve Forbes, the head basketball coach at East Tennessee State. It has been a difficult day for East Tennessee State, and I know that you're the basketball coach, not the football coach, but I guess the question before we get into who's going to win tonight in the NCAAs has got to be how much of a surprise was it when you got up this morning and you heard that Randy Sanders had been suspended?
I still didn't know it. I don't know anything about that. You're the first one to tell me.
Okay. I know that you got in late from San Antonio, and that's the case. But yeah, there's it came out around 9:30 in the morning that the university had suspended Randy Sanders. Joe Avento is reporting that during Friday's practice, he hit a player in the helmet, and the offensive coordinator Marcus Satterfield has left the program to take an off-field position with his former coach down at Baylor. So that's the latest on what's going on with ETSU football. But so no inclination, you heard of nothing that this was going to happen while you were down at the NCAAs and the Final Four and such?
No.
Okay. That's the case. Let's go to a more positive circumstance then. You were down to the Final Four. Who do you think's winning tonight?
I think Villanova. I just think they're really hard to guard. They're so good on offense that I just don't know how you guard them. When you got 5 guys on the court like that who can really shoot the three and score the basketball, they got guards that post up if you try to switch. And so I just think they're going to be a handful for Michigan to beat.
Well, I know they took 43 pointers against Kansas, made 18, a 45% ratio, and that's like shooting 68% inside the arc. Let me ask you this, with so much emphasis now on the three-pointer, do you think we're going to be moving the three-point arc back anytime soon?
Well, I haven't seen any legislation in that regard, but I mean, I'm sure it's a possibility. But I do think, Mark, that, a couple of years ago, the Rules Committee was very concerned about increased scoring and wanted the game to be more free-flowing, more baskets, so maybe not either, because I think people enjoy watching the ball go in the basket. And the farther that line goes back, the harder it will be to make that shot.
Yeah.
So, you can argue it either way. My guess is it'll probably stay the same.
Could you ever see a day where they might, go back to the old rules and abolish it? Because I've always said, you give me enough shots open and I'll make 5% from 20 feet, but I'll never be able to go dunk the ball or muscle my way around a wide body in the paint for a layup. And so I've often said, sometimes to the layperson, it might be easier to make that long-range shot than it would be, certainly trying to make or muscle their way in. Could you ever see the day where they got rid of the three-point shot?
I doubt it, because it just makes the game more exciting. But being able to come back, teams are never really out of the game. You can make I had a situation in junior college when I was in the national tournament where I had a kid score 9 points in 11 seconds. I just think it probably adds to the excitement of the game. And people probably don't like the power game like you and I grew up on. We did the line. When I first got the line as a player in 1983, my senior year in high school in Iowa, and it was an experimental deal. So it really hasn't been around all that long, and so I just don't see it really going away.
What was the line in Iowa high school basketball in '83? Because I remember
1999, I think.
Okay.
1999, yeah.
I know the year before the ACC had a ridiculously short. I think it was like 16-7. That was the year NC State won the national championship. So I was curious if maybe high school they had taken that out. And for years you could see where the line was after that single year at Cameron Indoor Stadium. Well, the NCAA tournament concludes here tonight with Villanova and with Michigan. Steve Forbes is on the line. He's taking Villanova, like most people. They are a 6.5-point favorite. I did want to ask, I know you've often said center play is so important in tournament competition. What with even the Villanova center, Amari Spellman, 6'8", shooting 9 threes and all this. Is your mind changing at all? What do you think the role of the center is in tournament play now?
I think it's a very valid question. I think it's something that we're going to have to evaluate moving forward. Because when people used to talk about small ball, they usually meant the 1 through the 4 being guards and the 5-man being legitimate 5-man. Now we're talking about small ball being all 5 guys being able to shoot the 3, like you just said. Now Amari Spellman's by no way a small guy.
Yeah.
He's a big athletic dude, but he can really make threes, like you just said. I do think it's something that we are going to have to explore moving forward, especially not so much on offense, but again how it defended defensively. I think that's the problem Kansas ran into on Saturday night was Big Doak had a hard time guarding out on the perimeter, kind of like we saw this year sometimes, Peter or Milan in our league. Against those teams that have 5-man that can really step out and shoot the 3. They don't really put anybody in the post. They just spread it out and play. And then when you got a guy like Jalen Brunson who can get inside your defense at any time and make plays, it's very hard. It's a very hard thing to guard. And so the game maybe will change a little bit because of Villanova moving forward here. And I think that's some discussions that we'll have to have in the spring as we move forward to next year.
We're talking to Steve Forbes, the ETSU head men's basketball coach. So much of the story about this year's tournament was Loyola, which you're familiar with. They used to be a rival of yours when you were an assistant at Wichita State in the Mountain West Conference. And, Missouri Valley, excuse me. They both begin with M's. I'm sorry, I got them mixed up. But I wanted to ask, does anything Loyola does that reminds you of your ETSU team?
Well, first of all, I used to be Porter Moser's assistant at Illinois State, so I know Porter very well.
Thank you for reminding me.
I don't know. They're a little bit more, I don't want to say Princeton, but they run a lot of spread stuff where they back cut. Maybe a little bit. They're a really good team. Porter learned a lot. After I worked for him, he worked for Rick Majerus fans from him. And so the one thing I would say that probably, we did a lot this thing. We share the ball. They really moved the ball well. Unbelievable how they moved the ball and made a high percentage amount of shots, played good defense, really had a remarkable run. And I did have their scout at Wichita State. We never lost to them there. And I would say that they were a product of Wichita leaving the league. Probably a good chance. Loyola wouldn't even be in the tournament if Wichita hadn't left the league this year.
That's a point, and I know that they had a last-second shot. Actually, I believe helped them win their first tournament game in their conference tournament. That is mentioned a lot. If you did coach under Porter Moser, let me prod. Would you be reaching out to him for potentially a game against Loyola next year for ETSU?
Oh yeah, I'd love to play anybody that's good like that. And so those conversations happen all spring. A lot of it depends on what they have. And like they have a Mountain West shootout. I know they're playing Nevada next year in the Mountain West shootout. It would just depend on what they have left on their schedule. Their schedule. I don't know, but that's something we can reach out and ask them.
We're talking to Steve Forbes right before his morning coffee, it sounds like, because I know he just came back from San Antonio. What is the scene like there at a Final Four for a coach? I know that your predecessor, Murray Bartow, was actually hired when there were a bunch of coaches looking for work, and the athletic director at ETSU at the time actually, I think, sought him out, met him there, and then there was a later hire. I don't think we're going to see so much of that. Maybe you can tell me there might be, because so many of the college basketball coaching searches, certainly all of the majors, except maybe Rhode Island, has been filled. But what's the scene like there for a coach in the Final Four?
Yeah, I've never received a job at the I've never done that. So I know it probably goes on, but I don't think it goes on as much as people think. I used to go down there just because, you know, there's thousands of coaches and thousands of coaches that you know, got to know over the years. You get to see them. There's meetings, there's clinics, there's all kinds. Just basically, it's a convention for basketball coaches. And so I enjoy the camaraderie of it. You know, I had dinner with Coach Huggins the first night I was there. Hung out with my staff some, and just saw a lot of coaches that are friends of mine throughout the time, and sat and visited, talked strategy, talked philosophies, all kinds of things. You know, just to kind of sit and visit in one area. And then, you know, obviously you have the games, and then now they have these fan fests. They've got the concert. My hotel actually looked right down into the concert. I didn't stay for last night, but like Jason Aldean played Friday night. I could sit right on my balcony and listen to it. So,
oh wow,
it was just a good time. And San Antonio's a good city to be in. The Riverwalk's got a lot of restaurants there. Everybody can walk around and kind of visit each other.
I'll tell you, I never could find my way around San Antonio. I'm a hillbilly, and there's so much flat land and so many 4-lane intersections where nothing is out there that they all look alike right there and such. I'm amazed that you were able to find your way around San Antonio, to be honest with you.
I'm from Iowa. I lived in Texas, so I can figure that out a lot easier than I can figuring out Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I can say that.
Well, you know, it's a Murray Avenue. Wait, excuse me, Forbes and 5th. Then you got it all set out.
Well, then I got to figure it out. I was talking to Keith Damrod about that. I was telling him I was made to be the coach at Duquesne or Pitt because that's right on my street.
Well, there you go. They got a field named after you there, too. The Pirates used to play there, right? Are you related to John Forbes, the general?
John Forbes is my cousin in Lone Tree, Iowa, but I don't think he's probably the general.
Okay. That's the Forbes that those streets are named after, as I lose everybody here listening in Tri-City Sports Now with the map of Pittsburgh here. Bob Huggins, by the way, you're after my own heart, telling me you met him and had dinner with him because one of my former editors actually at the Wheeling Intelligencer, Don Clegg, broke the story that he was going to get the West Virginia job some 10 years ago or so. So you're after my own heart. How do you know Bob Huggins?
I've known him about 20 years. He started out recruiting my players a long time ago at Barton County Community College, and we've just remained really good friends since, and so we always get together at the Final Four, have dinner, and we text and talk during the year as well. I just have a ton of respect for him. Well,
by the way, last question is Rodriguez. How is his, Jeremy Rodriguez, how's his progression coming along?
Looks good. You know, I think he's going to get released here pretty soon in mid-April to start doing some workouts, so we're looking forward to that, and our team of doctors and our trainer have done a tremendous job of, you know, doing this thing for 6 months now. And so I'm really looking forward to getting him out on the court.
Well, it's an exciting time for ETSU basketball. I know it's a time of some peril for ETSU football, but Steve Forbes, thanks for joining me here on National Championship Day, and I hope one day to be talking to you. I'm enough of a cockeyed optimist to believe that one day I may talk to you about the Bucs' chances in the game tonight. So, there you go.
I would love for that to happen. I'd be really happy.
I know that's something of a dream. But we're seeing the mid-majors perform and going to the Final Fours now. So, as I say, why not ETSU in the future? Steve Forbes, thanks for joining me. The Sports Update coming up on Tri-City Sports Now.
Thanks.
Oh,